Welcome to the What If Ask AI channel. On this channel, we ask multiple AI services what if questions. The what if questions was made back in my childhood when I was asked to put all my questions in a binder because my family was tired of me asking them all the questions I had in mind. Now, later in the future, I'm taking the questions I made from my childhood and asking the AI services the questions and reviewing and judging their responses. I hope you enjoy this channel.
Welcome back to the What If Ask AI channel, and today we're looking at this question right here. What if someone drives in a car and the car drives by itself? As always, I have two examples of what if questions with answers to help give the AI services something I'm looking for. And the AI services I'll be using today are ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Perplexity, and Meta AI. So let's get started and let's ask ChatGPT this question. What if someone drives in the car and the car drives by itself? Okay, here's ChatGPT's answer. That would be an unusual situation since the person would be in the car while the car is also driving itself. Now let's ask Copilot that same question. What if someone drives in a car and the car drives by itself? Here we go. Okay, here's ChatGPT's first answer. I'd say that sounds pretty convenient for you since you barely have to do any work at all. Alright, now let's ask Gemini that same question. What if someone drives in a car and the car drives by itself? Gemini's answer, I would say you are experiencing the future of autonomy, and I hope you are enjoying the hands-free ride. Alright, now let's ask Perplexity that same question. What if someone drives in a car and the car drives by itself? Alright, here is the answer for Perplexity. That would mean you're using a self-driving or autonomous car where the vehicle handles the driving instead of the person. It would be convenient and futuristic, though it also depends on how safe and reliable the technology is. I'm not able to use Meta AI today, so I'll be using Duck AI instead. So we're going to ask Duck AI the same question as the other ones. What if someone drives in a car and the car drives by itself? Okay, here is Duck AI's answer. That would be dangerous. If the car is driving itself while a person is in the driver's seat but not supervising, there are two main scenarios. Car truly autonomous and functioning correctly. The occupant can be a passenger but should remain alert and ready to intervene if the system requests human control. Follow manufacturer guidelines and local laws about hands-off driving. Human driving but car drive by itself unexpectedly, such as a system takeover, malfunction, or automated feature engaged without consent. Treat it as an emergency, regain control if possible, shift to safe mode. An example, brake gently, steer to shoulder, put the hazard lights on, call emergency services if needed, and report to defect to the manufacturer afterwards. So it has a safety checklist here. I'm going to go over all 5 of them. Stay calm and keep hands near controls. If the system gives a clear takeover alert, do so immediately. Slow down safely and move to a safe stop if control is lost. Use hazard lights and call for help if you cannot control the vehicle. Document and report the incident to the manufacturer and relevant authorities. Alternative interpretation. If you mean a fully autonomous, legal self-driving car transporting someone, an example, occupant is a passenger, then it's normal. Ensure you follow safety instructions, wear a seatbelt, and confirm the operator/provider meets regulatory and safety standards. Okay, now I have the ranking for my AI services, with 5 being the worst out of all of them, and then 1 being the best. So for number 5, I actually put Copilot. And the reason I put Copilot as number 5 is just because Copilot mentions the convenience of this question. Just that you don't have to do any work while driving. I just felt like this answer didn't really. When I created this question in my youth, this was like before autonomous driving was a thing. And so it didn't mention anything like the dangers of it or like how that would be potentially unsafe. So that's why I gave it a 5. And then for number 4, I put Gemini, similar to Copilot, but Gemini, it talked about the future of autonomy, and then it said hands-free ride. So similar, just better choice of words rather than Copilot. That's the reason I put it as number 4. And then number 3, I put ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, it didn't mention really any positivity things about the question. It just said it would be an unusual situation. And that's the reason I put it as number 3, was because it didn't give any positive towards it. It mentioned like how that would be unusual and that could lead to a risk. So that's why I put ChatGPT as number 3. And then as number 2, I put Duck AI. So Duck AI truly had broken this question down into 2 scenarios, and basically it answered it as in the aspect of 2 questions or 2 scenarios. One, is the car autonomous or is it not? And if it is, then that's normal and it's more safe than it would be for a non-autonomous car. And I like how it did that, because when I made this question, this was before autonomous cars were really a thing during this age. So I like how it broke down the question, and it answered the question in both parts of it. So that's why I put it as number 2. And then as number 1, I put Perplexity. And the reason I put Perplexity as number 1 was because it mentioned both a benefit and a non-benefit, or a con. And that the benefit would be that it would be convenient for this person, or if this happened to anyone. But the con would be, it depends on how safe and reliable the technology is. So I like how it did that, and it did that in like the format of the 2 questions, like similar to the example answers I provided. So that's another reason I liked it as well. So again, my choices is the following: Copilot is 5, Gemini is 4, ChatGPT is 3, Duck AI is 2, and Perplexity is 1. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.